Thanks for the memories, Coach. We're going to miss you. College football Saturdays won't be the same. You're loved everywhere, including here in Pittsburgh, where today the Pitt Panthers begin the 2025 season. Last year they started 7-0 before a disastrous 0-6 finish. They're looking for another fast start this season starting today. Welcome to the ACC on ESPN. Inside Acrisure Stadium, it's the first meeting in 86 years between the Duquesne Dukes of the FCS and the Pitt Panthers. The last time these schools met was 1939, when the Dukes upset then #1 Pitt 21-13. These schools just 2.2 miles apart, and they are finally getting back on the gridiron today on Pittsburgh's North Shore. Hi again, everybody. Welcome inside the stadium alongside Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. It's great to have you with us on this Labor Day weekend. Marilyn Payne will join us shortly. It's been 7 months that we have waited for college football to get back. I think for Pitt, Chase, it's felt even longer considering how they finished in 2024.
College football is back. We don't have to fret. We're super excited to be here. The Pittsburgh Panthers, they started 7-0, got to 18th in the country last year before losing 6 straight. The motto this year, you guessed it, finish. They have to finish games, they have to finish practices, and they have to finish the Dukes today. And
they have the players to get it done, too, including their quarterback. Coming back is Eli Holstein. This is a guy who at times, Chase, last year was dynamic.
Yeah, he's got NFL size, 6'4", 225 pounds. He really looks the part when you see him in warm-ups. You'll see him run the football at an extremely high level. Then their dynamic backfield led by Des Reed. He's their All-American back there. A small back, reminds me of Darren Sproles, but is a very good receiver out of the backfield. Watch for him to go off today.
And Pat Narduzzi in year number 11 now at Pitt, hoping for more consistency here in 2025. After that Jekyll and Hyde season last year, trying to end that 6-game losing streak today. On the other side, his good friend Jerry Schmidt, year number 21 now, 64-year-old Pittsburgh native. Moments ago, he talked to Marilyn.
Coach, you're born and raised in Pittsburgh, 21 years leading this Duquesne program. What is it like to finally get to play Pittsburgh and here on the NFL stadium you grew up coming to games?
Well, you're looking at a long-time Pitt fan. When I grew up as a little boy and watched Tony Dorsett, Bill Fralick, all those guys, and know Coach Narduzzi really well. Great relationship. It's awesome for us to be here, to have this program here and play in this stadium. You know, I'm a big Steeler fan, too.
Thanks for the time.
You're welcome.
Jerry Schmidt, son of a steel worker. His dad, Jake, passed away a few years ago. He would have loved to have seen this matchup as we are ready to go on this beautiful first big Saturday of the college football season. Pitt won the toss. They deferred, so Duquesne will receive the opening kickoff, and we are underway here in Pittsburgh. And the Dukes are going to start at the 25-yard line. Well, Tyler Riddell is a smart veteran quarterback. He's making his first start for Duquesne, but he has been a starter at Gardner-Webb, at East Tennessee State. And he is going to lead this veteran team out on the field, a team that won the NEC the last 2 years in the FCS and just missed the FCS playoffs last season.
Yeah, he's a 7th-year quarterback, so 2024 with Gardner-Webb, it's his 3rd school in 3 years. How will he handle the pressure today versus a very aggressive front 7 for the Pittsburgh Panthers? We'll see it. Expect for them to get the ball out of his hands and get the run game going early.
Duquesne in those white jerseys going to work from the 25. First play from scrimmage of the season. And it's a handoff to Taj Butts. 3rd season with the Dukes after 2 at Missouri, and he picks up 17 on the first play.
Yeah, just inside zone right here. Really good job by that veteran offensive line, getting 5 hands, 10 hands on each other, and just right through the middle. Not the start you sort of want here for the Pitt Panthers. They run this 4-3 style defense. The middle of the field is where the Dukes want to attack today.
Taj Butts again in the backfield to the right of Riddell. From the 42, first down, they run it again, and this time Butts is bottled up and slammed down. Lane Spires and Sean Fitzsimmons for this Narduzzi defense. Defensive coordinator Randy Bates. And there's a veteran offensive line today for the Dukes of Duquesne. All seniors up front. They're hoping to win some battles today.
It's the strength of their team. If they're going to have any chance versus this ferocious front seven, they have to get these big hogs settled in nicely. You've seen back-to-back runs right here. We'll see what they do on 2nd and long.
2nd down and 13 from just inside their own 40. Sliding out of the pocket is Riddell looking downfield. He'll flip it incomplete. Pretty good pressure that time. Again, Pittsburgh's defense known for getting to the quarterback.
And Braylon Lovelace right here, he's the middle linebacker. This Pitt linebacking crew is probably the best in the country, definitely the best in the ACC, flanked by two guys, Rasheem Biles and Kyle Lewis, both on the Butkus Award watch list. That's their strength of their team. They have to play fast up front. They diagnose things really well.
Getting off the field on 3rd down was a bit of a problem for Pitt, especially in the second half last year during that long losing streak. Third down and 13, pressure off the edge again. Riddell sliding out to the right, has a receiver, and it's caught near midfield, but well short of the first down needed. As Jermaine Johnson brings it in for a gain of 10.
Really nice job here by Tyler Riddell. You're going to see them right here, number 10, right, for the Pitt Panthers, getting pressure on Tyler Riddell, forcing him outside of the pocket, and they're going here on 4th and 3. Right here, I love the decision. You're playing with house money. You're not big favorites. Let's see what they do here.
They led the FCS on 4th down last year, converted 90% of their 4th down attempts. Play clock running down. And that's going to be a delay of game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
It looked like they really weren't trying to run a play there, Clay. It looks like they were trying to get the Pitt Panthers to jump off sides. Probably the smart move now, 4th and 8. You're on your back end line, and they're going to punt it to their dynamic guy right here. Desmond Reed, All-American, one of the best punt returners in the country. He can do it punt returns, he can do it in the run game, and he can do it in the pass game. See what happens.
Michael Baraducci, redshirt senior from Allison Park, Pennsylvania, puts it in the air. And this is fielded at the 12-yard line. You talked about his electricity across the 40 on his feet, midfield, into plus territory. There he goes. 20, 10, goodbye, touchdown, Des Reed. Second year in a row in the season opener, Des Reed returns a punt for a touchdown.
Absolutely electric. Look at this. He catches the ball at the 11-yard line, and the blocking by the Pitt Panthers special teams crew is excellent. He breaks a tackle there, another one there, and then it's off to the races for the 5'8", 170-pound Des Reed. He is the guy offensively and special teams that makes this team go. What a start for the Pitt Panthers.
Troy Butkowski, true freshman who won the kicking job in camp, comes on for the extra point and nails it. 7-0 Pitt, an 88-yard punt return for the All-American specialist Des Reed. return to start the game. Desmond Reed, the All-American, lighting this place up early.
Yeah, I mean, the first touch of the year. This is the All-American. We told you can do it out of the backfield, running the football, out of the backfield, receiving the football, and we didn't get a chance to talk about his special teams play. We're going to show this after it, and it's unbelievable the amount of blocking, everything going. These Pitt fans behind this end zone are going crazy. What a start to the year for the Pitt Panthers.
Sam Carpenter kicks it off. Again, this time it's a little bit shorter, but a fair catch called for by Joel Capasu. Let's look at that again.
I want you to see here, this is the All-22 coaches film. I love it, okay? He's going to get 3 Pitt guys on blockers. We're going to freeze it right here. Look at the hole. There's a massive hole. You see blue and yellow on white and blue, and then he's got 1 guy to make miss right there, and then he jukes him out. High steps out of 1, and then the rest is history. You're not catching this young man. What an electric way to start.
Reed had 155 all-purpose yards per game last year. That's the most among returning players in the FBS. There's a pass, and nearly intercepted. Great pressure on Tyler Riddell. Shadarian Harrison, Cruz Brookins in the secondary. Nearly picked that off.
Yeah, dangerous throw right here down the middle of the field. And you see we should have had an interception. You got a punt return for a touchdown. Number 12, Cruz Brookins, wants that one back. He's not going to get many chances. I have seen the middle of the field for the Pitt Panthers. That's sort of the weakness of them because they play this too high safety look, so they're trying to take advantage of it early.
Second down and 10. From the 25, Duquesne's second possession. They're going to keep it on the ground. Nowhere to run for Sean Solomon. And there's Rasheem Biles, who you talked about. Fun outside linebacker to watch. Chase, the keys to that.
Yeah, just explosive plays if you're Duquesne. They took a chance early. You have to make these plays versus too high safeties looks. You got to shorten the game. You got to run the football. The longer this game goes on, the more advantage the Pitt Panthers are at, and then just enjoy the moment. Crosstown rivalry. They're playing in an NFL stadium. They got a lot of guys from Pittsburgh. Have some fun.
Loss of 3 on that play. 3 receivers to the right for Riddell, the grad transfer. Drops back, feels some heat, dumps it off short as he checks it down. It's bobbled by Sean Solomon, incomplete. And so Duquesne will have to punt.
They don't pressure a lot defensively early in the game. You see it more in the second half when they're wearing them down. But what they actually do is they stunt the line. So the defensive line, that's how they get pressure on quarterbacks, is all these stunts. So the Duquesne offensive line is going to have to be good.
Do they even kick it to Reed?
Kick it out of bounds.
I
Exactly.
think they got the memo. Rolling kick, no chance for Reed to return it. And it's going to roll dead at about the 34-yard line. Pretty good punt there by Baraducci, 45 yards as they keep it out of the hands of Des Reed. He is the difference in this football game right now. It is 7-0 Pitt here in the Steel City.
time with a 7-0 lead here against Duquesne after preseason All-American Desmond Reed housed the first punt to start today. And before he even went to his teammates, he took his helmet off, left the end zone, and went straight to his head coach. He hugged Pat Narduzzi. Narduzzi dapped him up, and he said, "That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the start we want here."
Yeah, Pat Narduzzi, offensive coordinator Cade Bell, they talked about how Desmond Reed is a perfectionist. And we saw some perfection on that first punt return. We will see him in the run game here shortly. Eli Holstein, as we talked about, back at quarterback. And they will run it with Des Reed. He isn't going to garner much on his first carry of the year. Eli Holstein, they really like the big dual threat quarterback here in Pittsburgh. Second year as the Panthers starter. Came from Alabama, where he redshirted in 23. Threw for over 2,200 yards last year, 17 touchdowns, despite missing 3 of the last 4 games because of injuries. That pass is batted down. Good coverage there by the linebacker, Jabari Odeminem. It was intended for Poppy Williams.
Yeah, good play right here, right? And Eli Holstein, he's really done well in the quick pass game. Expect them to take some shots down the field early in this game versus too high safety look. And they're doing this. We talked to Cade Bell on the sideline. On third down, they want to do what we call peep, meaning peep to the sideline. You clap twice, you see it, you get a play, you see them checking to it, spreading out their splits for a pass play, I'm guessing.
And we're going to get a timeout called ahead of the first third down conversion attempt of the season for Pitt, but it's Duquesne that calls it.
Duquesne. 30-second timeout.
With 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. Well, coming up next on the ACC Network, our quadruple header rolls on. Louisville, a former Lee Corso team, hosting Eastern Kentucky at 3 o'clock. Virginia hosting Coastal Carolina at 6. And then number 16, SMU in the nightcap. At home against East Texas A&M. That's going to start at 9. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app. And SMU, of course, snuck up on a lot of people last year, a lot of teams. They're not going to be surprising too many this season, I wouldn't think.
No, they were 11-3 last year. Head coach Rhett Lashley got those boys playing well. Their quarterback, Kevin Jennings, excellent start to the year. We'll see how it happens.
Year 2 under Cade Bell, the offensive coordinator for Pitt. This offense feeling more confident coming out of the preseason this year than it did last year. Des Reed, excellent receiving running back too, but he is bottled up on the perimeter. Odeminem having a very loud first series. Stops Des Reed in open field. It's a gain of 2, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, not the way you want to start. You're just throwing a little convoy screen right here. You got number 3 and number 5, both the receivers blocking. That's what you call it, a convoy screen. Interesting, they didn't take the shot down the field early in the game like Cade Bell said they would. Not the start to only gain 3 yards in 3 plays versus a Duquesne defense that they're really used to seeing.
Caleb Junko, his 3rd year as the starting punter at Pitt. Booming kick. Joey Isabella, excellent receiver. Pretty good return man too. He'll step out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. We talked a little bit about Jerry Schmidt. 21st year as head coach at Duquesne. First time playing Pitt and his first time playing here as a head coach. Program's all-time wins leader. He said on Wednesday at the practice, what are all these reporters doing here? There must be a big game this weekend. Doesn't get quite the media attention week to week like he did ahead of this game because of who they're playing.
Yeah, when we talked to him in the production meeting, he said, hey, we got to tone down the emotions for the game and just play some ball.
Trying to get something going offensively. Riddell is complete. Out on the wing to Isabella. One of the best wide receivers in the FCS. He's a key man for the Dukes today. If they can get him the ball, maybe create some explosive plays, that would keep Pitt off balance.
And offensive coordinator Anthony Doria told us Joey Isabella feels like he can play at the next level. He's in his 6th season. His brother Andy Isabella actually played with them 2nd round in 2019 to the Arizona Cardinals. He is the guy that makes this offense go.
You played with a lot of folks in your 14-year career.
A lot of different teams too.
Man in motion. Isabella. And will run it up the middle on 2nd down and 8. Not a lot of running room up the middle. You talked about this linebacking core. The front 7 for Pitt is going to drive this train on defense for Randy Bates, who's been the defensive coordinator since 2018. They have lost a couple of linebackers. Jeremiah Marcelin, Jaden Bonsu out for the year. They were reserve linebackers, but there certainly are some concerns when it comes to depth.
Yeah, I mean, it's the strength of their team is their front 7 right here. The depth is what defensive coordinator Randy Bates said, hey, there's no more money in NIL. We can only have so many good players.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers, low snap. Riddell, he's going to run, and he's not going to get very far. Hammered down, picks up a yard. There is Braylon Lovelace, one of the aforementioned linebackers. He moves inside the middle linebacker this year from the outside spot a season ago, and they are really excited about him.
Yeah, number 0 right there. You see him attacking to Andy Isabella, then laying the wood on the quarterback. Whenever you can get a free hitter on the quarterback, you take it, delivered the boom right there. This guy's all over the place early in this game.
So Pitt's defense so far is standing tall. Of course, another punt for Michael Baraducci. And Des Reed, again, they're going to keep it away from him. Out of bounds and around the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Inside the 40 at the 38. So not bad field position again here for Pitt to start this series. And the first offensive touch for Pitt, not exactly what they were hoping for, but Eli Holstein and Des Reed and a lot of the stars who are back, 7 starters on offense, hoping to find their stride here shortly.
Yeah, 3 plays, 3 yards, not the way you want to start this. Duke's defense can be had in the middle of the field. They play exactly like Pittsburgh's defense does. I want to see them take some shots down the field. This play action, these screens, these draws, get the ball out of his hand.
They're going to keep it on the ground with Reed, gets to the line of scrimmage and then is pushed back quickly by Ethan Cole, the linebacker. What are your keys to the game here today?
Yeah, I mean, they got to start fast. On offense, they didn't. Special teams, they did. It's okay. You got to keep Eli clean. This is a veteran offensive line with 3 transfers. Their bookend tackles on left and right are really good, and they just got to finish. That's the motto of the entire year for them.
2nd down and 9. Poppy Williams came in motion. He's number 5, a receiver they're going to be looking to a lot. It is thrown downfield. Good adjustment. And Kenny Johnson makes the catch for a 1st down in plus territory. That's a gain of 18 for Johnson. And they're quickly up to the line. This is the tempo that Kate Bell wants to run with, but they look to be a little out of sync, and a penalty flag comes in.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
I think everybody ran except Lyndon Cooper. The center didn't snap the ball.
Well, and I think they tried to get this play run fast. I'm not exactly sure if he caught the ball. It looks like he may have, but that's what offenses do. They run up to the line as fast as they can. They try to snap it. Even though they got to delay a game, they didn't allow the Dukes to replay the play. They get it there. It's a completion down the middle of the field.
So after the penalty, 1st down and 15 at the 48-yard line, plus side of the field. Desmond Reed in the backfield. Holstein will pitch it out to him. Reed looking for leverage on the outside, gets hit, stays on his feet, and he has incredible balance. 5'8", 175 pounds. Missed a couple of games with injury last year. Totally healthy now and just looks amazing.
And look at this big left tackle. Transfer from Michigan, Jeff Percy right here. Coming out, pulling, love it.
And going with a little tempo again. Reed dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss on the play. Ethan Cole again in on the stop. So here comes 3rd down.
And this is the veteran offensive line. 3 seniors, 2 juniors, both tackles, Jeff Piercy and Ryan Baer. Really, really good next level potential. And you see here Desmond Reed, triple threat out of the backfield, the punt return game, the run game, the receiving game. If I'm Pitt right here, this is 2-down territory.
Holstein lunging for the line to gain. It's going to be close. Tyson Miguez, former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, brings him down. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be 4th down.
And I really like the call here, running at 3rd and 4, exactly what you want if you know you're going to be in 2-down territory. Eli Holstein, when we were talking to offensive coordinator Kay Bell, says we are going to run him. He ran 78 times in his first 7 games last year. That is something that's not talked enough about.
Juelz Goff checks in at running back. Holstein keeps it, and he gets free inside the 20 and stumbles down at about the 18-yard line. A 16-yard burst for the quarterback, Eli Holstein, who was the number 2 rusher for Pitt last year.
Exactly what I was talking about. They view his feet as a weapon. You're going to see the defensive end crash down. Eli Holstein's reading the defensive end for a pull or keep read. It was a keep read right there. Able to high step some tackles. Now we're getting this Pitt offense going after the first 3 and out.
Pitt inside the red zone offensively for the first time this season. Johnson goes in motion. Holstein, little play fake. Throws it to the outside. It's caught by Blue Hicks. The Louisville transfer. Going back to Holstein and the run game because of the injuries last year. A couple of head injuries and that ankle injury that knocked him out of games at the end of last season. There was some concern about how much we would see him run here in the early part of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And when we talked to head coach Pat Narduzzi, he said, we are not holding him back. He is going to run the football. It's part of his game plan. It's part of who we are as an offense. You see this tempo up here. I love this red zone. He struggled last year with 3 interceptions in the red zone.
Goal to go. To the end zone. Caught! No, knocked away. Johnson had it. Antonio Epps stripped him of it. Antonio Epps, the safety, leading tackler last year for Duquesne with a good defensive play.
And that's a really safe throw. He tries to fit this in a tight window, but when your defender, number 5, Antonio Epps, is not looking at you, you try to put it right on the receiver, Kenny Johnson. I like that ball being high and not low in the back of the end zone so no one can get into it.
Kanata Mumfield, their number 1 receiver, onto the NFL from a year ago. And they're looking to Kenny Johnson to fill those shoes. To the outside, Poppy Williams behind a screen. Need a lunge for the pylon, but he's knocked out short of the goal line. T.J. Jones, the safety, strung him out to the sideline.
And you see here, we talked about it earlier, they do convoy screens where you get your whole convoy of players helping them. Okay, that was a run. That was behind the line of scrimmage. They really like Poppy Williams, especially down here in the red zone. Big body guy, really fast, great route runner.
3rd down and goal for Pitt. Holstein sprints out, throws it. Caught by Johnson. He's quickly cut down by Jones. The transfer from Gardner-Webb. And that forces a 4th down. We'll see what Pitt decides to do.
I think you leave the offense out there. Really good tackle. But you're so far down here on the 4-yard line. What do you have to lose, right? I like the fact that they got a chance to go up 2 scores right here in the end zone. I love the call.
Holstein looking right, comes over the middle. Wide open is Blue Hicks. Slip behind the linebackers, and Hicks, the former Louisville Cardinal, makes the catch. It's a 4-yard hookup. First passing touchdown of the year for Eli Holstein.
And if you're Pitt, you're going to love this progression from Eli Holstein. This is where he struggled last year, going through his progressions. That was his 3rd progression in the read, back of the end zone. 2 high safety look, exactly where you want to attack. Excellent start right there on that drive by Eli Holstein. Not only running the football, but throwing it as well.
$14-0 Pitt in its home opener. 2:47 to go here in the first quarter, and one of the many transfers, Blue Hicks, making a contribution early. Hey, don't forget tonight after our primetime game, which features SMU, ACC Huddle final score wraps up the whole day. Highlights, analysis, the whole gamut right here on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN app. 11 plays, 62 yards, 4 minutes, 50 seconds taken off the clock. Wasn't a finely tuned drive, but it got the job done for Pitt.
Well, you saw some really good situational football there by Eli Holstein. Not sure if you have the completion down the middle of the field, run up, get the ball snapped, even though it was the delay of game. And then how he's able to make that touchdown throw in the end zone where he struggled last year and had 3 interceptions. That's impressive.
Eli Holstein working on efficiency, 62% completion rate last year. He knows it can be better. You like this progression, though.
Yeah, and that's something that we saw out of Eli Holstein last year. He wasn't able to get through his first progression. Pause it right there. Okay, the guy in the flat to the right and the receiver on the right of the screen, that's your first and second progression. Roll it. He gets to his third progression quickly, understanding those guys are covered.
First meeting since 1939, Duquesne and Pitt, 2-touchdown lead for the Panthers. As the Dukes go back to work from their own 25-yard line, it's going to be a 1-yard gain on the ground. Rasheem Biles another tackle as he wraps up butts. Run defense always good at Pitt. Top 3 in the ACC last year. Some issues with the pass defense. That was not nearly as salty. It ranked 123rd on the year among all the teams in the FBS. And Pat Narduzzi says they have made some strides in fixing that. Rolling out, and Riddell is blasted. Blitz comes in, and guess who? Kyle Lewis, who's coming off that All-American sophomore season, gets his first sack of the year.
Well, Randy Bates told us Kyle Lewis is the heart and soul of the team. You don't know when he's blitzing. You don't know when he's pressuring. He plays the star, which means he plays to the field. They pressure him quite a bit. He is the All-American, one of, if not the best linebackers in the country. You see that C on his chest. He's the heart and soul of that team. That's how you blitz the passer. They had no chance at all. He's going out to his right. Just excellent. I love good defensive football. Pitt so far right now, excellent.
And now a timeout called by Duquesne. Their second timeout. Pitt top 10 nationally in sacks per game, 5 of the last 6 seasons. Always a calling card of a Pat Narduzzi defense.
Yeah, it's just they sack the quarterback, and another thing they do, they score with the football on defense. 16 defensive touchdowns the last 4 years, ranked second nationally, only behind Ohio State with 17. We sat down with Randy Bates, the defensive coordinator. He says he wants to see aggressiveness. You saw it there on the first couple plays of the game by blitzing, and he wants to see tackling. And here it is, number 9. Kyle Lewis, he is going straight. He's a heat-seeking missile directly to the quarterback. Tyler Riddell had no chance, no shot at all. They love their linebacking crew. It's the heart and soul of not only the defense, but the team as well. They are stacked at linebacker.
Kyle Lewis gets a lot of freedom in this defense to be aggressive. They trust him. He's been in the system for a while. And of course, sheer athleticism will take you far. And there is Riddell being spun down again. It is Lewis again.
This dude is all over the place. If you're the running back and you're trying to cut, do not do it. Cutter beware. This guy will jump over you, sack the quarterback, sacks on back-to-back plays. I mean, he's already got 2 sacks right now. He had 7 sacks last year. 7 sacks as a linebacker in the NCAA is a ton of sacks. They like to blitz him. Got such great awareness.
Des Reed already has an 88-yard punt return touchdown in this game. They've been kicking away from him ever since, and another Baraducci punt that goes out of bounds. And Eli Holstein and the Pitt offense will come back out on the field. Let's go down to Maryland.
This is year 2 of this new look offense for Holstein and his OC Cade Bell. And on the sideline, while the defense was out on the field, you could see Eli Holstein's eyes moving back and forth at the same pace that Cade Bell speaks, and it's fast. He is rapid fire absorbing information from his offensive coordinator. And when Bell put the iPad down right before the last third down, Holstein, the quarterback, asked him to pick it back up, and they clicked through 3 more plays as he continues to learn and become more comfortable in this second year of this offense.
Cade Bell improved the offense by 92 yards per game in his first season as offensive coordinator. And he feels they're even more comfortable this year as that pass is incomplete over Kenny Johnson. Of course, it all starts up front. You've alluded to the offensive line, Chase. And, that's where, the protection for Holstein has got to be good.
And he had number 5, Poppy Williams, wide open down the middle of the field. It's a good protection. They went out in the transfer portal, said, hey, where can we get better on this team? It was up front. 43 sacks given up last year, 12th worst in the country.
Empty backfield, 2nd and 10. Holstein will run it. Pushing his way to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7 for Holstein. 3rd down coming up. They came through camp pretty healthy on offense, did Pitt. And this could be the last play here of the first quarter. And in fact, they won't even snap the ball. 2-touchdown lead for the Pitt Panthers. First meeting between these two programs since 1939. 14-0 here at Acrisure Stadium. Back in a moment. Duquesne and Pitt first met in 1901. They had a pretty healthy rivalry going, especially in the 30s. Last met in 1939, and #1 Pitt was upset by the Dukes in that game. A few weeks later, Pitt severed the relationship. Look at that. Federal tax 13 cents on that ticket, bringing it to $1.38.
The 30s?
Yeah, the 30s, 1939.
That's unbelievable.
And so now meeting for the first time in 86 years. Pitt has not converted yet this year on third down. Trying to do that here. 3rd down and 3. 0 for 3 so far. Holstein's going to keep it, lunging ahead. He's not going to get there. Eli Holstein, we said he's a big part of this offense with his feet, trying to pick up the first down, and it's going to be 4th and short inside the 20.
It's exactly the same as last drive, Clay. 3rd and short, run your quarterback knowing you're going to go for it on 4th down. Like this call, honestly wouldn't be surprised if they run them again. Look for something short in the flat. They like this formation into boundary. You see all 3 receivers there going to the boundary to get a mismatch.
Holstein has time, pumps, throws to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. Dallas Harper, the Youngstown State transfer. And Duquesne's defense, always pretty opportunistic. 11 straight games now with a takeaway dating back to last season, and this is a big one in the red zone.
And if you're Eli Holstein, he gets through his progressions, 1, 2, 3, just throws up a prayer in the middle of the end zone. Last year, 3 interceptions in the red zone. Already an interception today. We talked with offensive coordinator Cade Bell about his progression. He mentioned situational football. That is one thing you cannot do, just throw up a prayer, even if it's 4th down.
So now Duquesne takes over at its 20. No run on 1st down. Taj Butts will pick up a couple. Now we'll see how the Pitt defense tries to get momentum back for the Panthers.
Yeah, look, even though it's 4th down, you still throw an interception. I know people are saying, hey, 4th down, just throw it up, throw it a prayer. His receiver wasn't looking, and then you give them, the Dukes, a little bit of momentum, saying, hey, this could have been a 3-score game. Now we're right back in it if you drive down the length of the field and score.
Tyler Riddell trying to find some traction offensively. 2 of 5 passing, just 12 yards. Looking to throw here, goes to the flat and finds Butts out of the backfield. He is stacked up quickly at the 25-yard line and driven back. Taman Lynham, the cornerback who transferred in from Nebraska a couple of years ago for Pitt. He's one of the big corners for these Panthers. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. Some physicality out there on the outside.
Well, it's a calling card of Randy Bates' defense, right? Big, tall corners. But if you're the Dukes right here, screen, draw, 3rd and short, slow down that pass rush. You know you're going to get pressure. Let's see what they have dialed up.
Pitt rushes 4, pass gets away, it's knocked down. That's Rashad Battle, another guy. 6'3", 195 pounds on the corner, came back for a 6th year. And it's 4th down again for the Dukes.
Well, and I love the play by Rashad Battle right there. When we were talking to head coach Pat Narduzzi, he said, we have to get better at the corner position. Rashad Battle, 6-year senior. You see him staying in range right there, not having pass interference. That's really hard to do when they put their corners on an island like Randy Bates, the defensive coordinator, does time and time again. Really good play by Rashad Battle.
Yeah, when he's healthy, Battle has been terrific. Here's Baraducci to punt again. This time trying to sail it over Reed's head. He goes back and catches it Willie Mays style. Dancing inside the 25, and he's hogtied at the 21-yard line. Quan Rhodes McKee, good special teams play to contain Reed. Now we've got a penalty flag.
I'm not even sure if he touched the ground. I thought
There was holding by number 26. That penalty will be administered from the end of the kick. First down, Pittsburgh.
It sure looked like Des Reed didn't get tackled right there. He sure seemed to not do it. Let's see what happens here. Des Reed, does he spin out? Oh, his elbow's down. We're gonna see Eli Holstein back on offense, see what they got going.
To nothing in the home opener. With 12:27 to go in the second quarter, they're going to start this drive inside the 20. This is the last series that resulted in a red zone interception by Eli Holstein.
Just an ill-advised pass. You can't throw it in the middle of the field without seeing take off and run. Use that running ability. That's something that's going to make him pretty mad when he goes back and looks at the film tomorrow.
Holstein threw 7 interceptions a year ago. Des Reed gets hit, stays on his feet, falls ahead to the 22-yard line. Let's go to Maryland.
Chase, Holstein may be frustrated when he sees his INT on film tomorrow, but he was eager to try and watch it as soon as he sat down on the bench. They were not able to pull that up for him, but he was begging to look at it, then took a huge exhale sigh, shook his head before he got back up to walk on the field.
Hey, it's season opener. There are going to be some mistakes. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 2nd and 7. Looking to pass again. Here is Holstein. And that one's tipped and batted down. Trying to get back to the ball, the tight end Jake Overman, but it lands incomplete. A.J. Ackerman, the defensive tackle, got a hand on it. Team captain for the 3rd year in a row for Duquesne.
Tips and overthrows, you know what they say, Clay? You gotta get those. This would have been an unbelievable change of events to have a interception down here. 3rd and 7, settle down, don't do too much, see the whole field.
On 3rd down, pass is complete, but well short of the line to gain is Overman. And a 4th down situation coming up again for Pitt as the Panthers are now 0 for 5 on 3rd down.
They pressure right up the middle. We call it the A-gaps. The A-gaps around the center. You cannot have that happen. If you're Lyndon Cooper, the center, or BJ Williams, the right guard, you have to protect the interior of the offensive line as much as humanly possible. He had to get rid of that early. 4th down.
Junko's kick. Isabella calling for the fair catch inside the 40-yard line. It's the same defensive look that Eli Holstein has been seeing in camp, because Duquesne runs a 4-3, very much like Pitt does. But, you know, Duquesne, pretty good defense, allowed just 18 points per game last year. It seems like they have settled in.
Yeah, they've settled in nicely. When we talked to Cade Bell, the offensive coordinator for Pitt, he said, hey, we're going to face the exact same defense. We should feel good about it. We have to be on our P's and Q's when it comes to protection. Right there, it's a 5-man pressure. It's inexcusable for this offensive line, who has 98 career starts behind them, to just let a blitzer run right through the middle of the defense.
Dukes go 1st and 10.
First down for Duquesne, down a couple of touchdowns. Riddell is going to take a shot, has a man wide open. It's Isabella. Thrown out of bounds inside the 5-yard line by Javon McIntyre. That is what Duquesne needs to stay in this game. Get the ball to their stars, and Isabella certainly is that. It's a gain of 58.
And Andy Isabella right on Javon McIntyre. This is exactly what Anthony Doria, the offensive coordinator for the Dukes, told us they wanted us to do. Get him on a safety. It's a double move, quarters beater. It's called a sluggo, a slant and go. Huge play, an explosive play for the Dukes.
Taking a shot after the 3-and-out by Pitt, Joey Isabella, their leading receiver last year, 11 touchdown catches, entered the day with an 8-game touchdown streak, longest in the FCS, and he nearly had a touchdown there. Pitt calls the timeout to kind of reset.
Yeah, and these safeties, Javon McIntyre and Cruz Brookins, defensive coordinator Anthony Bates told us they like to play low in the box. What does that mean? They're at 9 to 10 yards at the snap. They're very aggressive. They used the aggressiveness against them. Double move Joey Isabella, and a perfectly thrown football for Tyler Riddell.
Logan Kushner, number 7, he is the backup quarterback for Duquesne. He checks in. Didn't see any action last year as a freshman. He's 6 foot 200 pounds, and he can run. First down and goal to go. And now flags everywhere as Duquesne is out of sync.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
It's Tommy Brandt, the right guard.
And you see it so many times, Clay. A backup quarterback comes in. You're trying to get the cadence right. You're trying to do everything. You don't get any reps with the starting offensive line. And now Tyler Riddell's back in the game. But that is a very bad penalty to try and get down there. You're at the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. Now you're moving back against a really good Pitt defense.
Taj Butts in the backfield. Preseason All-NEC, the conference. And Duquesne is one of the favorites to win again this year. To the end zone. And it is caught. Touchdown. B.J. Alexander. The old man on the roster, his 8th year of college football. And he puts the Dukes on the scoreboard here with 10:28 to go in the first half.
And it's a calling card of this Dukes offense, a run-pass option. He sees pressure. Tyler Riddell sees pressure. He replaces the pressure with a slant route to B.J. Alexander. Really good size and strength, 6'3", almost 200 pounds. What an answer by the Dukes, though. You get the quarterback, Eli Holstein, throwing an interception, a big play to Andy Isabella, and then you go down and are able to score and make it a 1-score game. Come on now.
B.J. Alexander, who made that reception a couple of years at Kentucky, 5 at FAU, and now at Duquesne. This is Matt Marcinko missing the extra point. First career game for Marcinko from McKees Rocks, PA. Product of nearby Montour High School. Some jitters, I'm sure, but how about the Dukes? Duking it out with Pitt here in the Steel City. Tyler Riddell throwing his first touchdown pass of the year. First touchdown pass is a Duquesne Duke. And even though they missed the extra point, they've got the momentum now. They're in this football game.
From the interception of Eli Holstein in the end zone, where they could have possibly had 3 points. I know it was 4th down, but you kick it there, you go up, 2 scores, 17-0. Now to a long pass play to Andy Isabella, their stud receiver, and then they're able, after a really bad false start with the backup quarterback, put the starter Tyler Riddell back in the game and throw a touchdown off an RPO. We got ourselves a ball game, Clay.
Kenny Johnson trying to give Pitt some good field position to start this series, and he's going to do it. Midfield, plus territory, still on his feet. Inside the 20, caught from behind and dropped at the 18-yard line. Kenny Johnson, he is the man on kickoff returns. We have seen Des Reed on punt returns. Special teams a big factor today for the Panthers.
Almost 200 return yards, and we haven't even hit halftime. Kenny Johnson has some wiggle, 6'1", 205 yards. He has a 15-catch guy in 2023. He had 46 catches in 2024. I had no idea it was speed like that. He got tackled, though, and you better believe his teammates tomorrow at film are going to be on him about getting tackled. He can't get tackled on a play like that.
We talked about Reed being a perfectionist. You sound like a perfectionist. That's a 78-yard kickoff return, but he's going to get heat, huh?
Yes, he will. You can't get caught. You're a receiver.
First down and 10 from the red zone. Holstein trying to redeem himself, trying to fit that one into a tight window. He's going to get help with a penalty flag here. Poppy Williams, the intended man. Dallas Harper, who had the interception earlier, he's going to be flagged.
Pass interference, defense number 12. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
And Dallas Harper here just gets his hand around the receiver, Poppy Williams. you can't impede his progress. I don't know, that was a little ticky-tacky. You see the left hand right there. It's just really hard to play defensive back in general when you're one-on-one with these receivers. I guess you save a touchdown by doing that, but you put the ball at the 5-yard line right now.
Zion Fowler bouncing around in motion. Holstein rolling out to the right, looking, throws to the back of the end zone over everybody. Deuce Spann, who started his career as a quarterback at Illinois, spent the last 3 years at Florida State as a wide receiver, was the intended target. And you wonder here, why didn't Eli Holstein, who's a very capable runner, just sprint out for himself?
Yeah, that's a great question. They had a tight end blocking to get the edge, and when he got outside on the edge, he was met by Antonio Epps, so I probably felt like he couldn't get around him. I like the throw high out of the end zone, live to fight another down, 2nd and goal.
Juelz Goff, he's going to get the handoff. He is hard to bring down, and he is going to be close to the goal line. 4 yards on that carry, right to the doorstep. Juelz Goff. Pitt is going to use him as much as they can inside the red zone. Added 12 pounds this offseason. Redshirt freshman, product of Central York High School.
And Pitt in general was really good in the red zone last year. 43 of 48, 90% of the time they're scoring touchdowns, 35 of them. 2nd in the ACC. Let's see if they can punch it in right here.
Goff again. Got it. Touchdown. So Pitt, thanks to a great return on the kickoff by Kenny Johnson, takes advantage of outstanding field position, gets in the end zone again. Goff, his first career touchdown. One of a handful of freshman running backs that Cade Bell is excited about, Pat Narduzzi's fired up about.
They told us he'd get a lot of play in this game. Juelz Goff, redshirt freshman out of York, PA. So a Pennsylvania guy getting a first touchdown of the year for him, just running behind those big hogs. Lyndon Cooper, BJ Williams, Jeff Piercy, Ryan Baer, all these guys up front.
Oh, it's blocked. So both teams now have a failed PAT attempt. As Butkowski has the point after, blocked by Ish Finlater, the Virginia Tech transfer. So a familiar name to ACC fans.
Looked like a low kick to me. Got to get that ball up and over.
Pitt is replacing a very capable, longtime kicker in Ben Saul, so working through some things, but Juelz Goff capping that short drive. Pitt's offense, there is no doubt, is working through some things here so far today. We have not seen the typical rhythm that Pitt fans have become used to with the tempo that Cade Bell, really got going in those first 6-7 games of the season last year.
Yeah, when I went down there pregame and talked to the offensive coordinator, Cade Bell, he said, hey, we're probably not going to go tempo right off the back. We're going to go this peep look, this peep format, and looking back at the sideline, getting these plays. Now it just is like, just go tempo. You got them on their heels, 20-6, go really fast. They feel like they can snap the football play in 7 seconds from the time the other play has ended. They have one-word keywords for it. Haven't seen that today. See if they bring it out or save it. You don't put it on film.
Sam Carpenter's kick goes through the back of the end zone, so Duquesne will start at the 25 as we go back down to Maryland.
The Duquesne offense barely took a seat before members of their team started yelling, we still need one more TD after they scored. Unfortunately, they're dealing with less than ideal circumstances as all the iPads on their sideline have overheated and staff members are waving those iPads in front of fans to try and cool them off. But Tyler Riddell didn't even put his headset on before teammates told him, go get another one. Let's keep this a close game.
Kind of surprised by the attempts in the mid-60s.
Yeah, sun is bright, I guess.
It's a pretty cool day by comparison for late August. We've had for season openers in the past. There's Joey Isabella again. It was his big play on the last series that led to the touchdown. He's from Mayfield, Ohio, but so many of these Duquesne players, Chase, are from Western PA, almost 40 on the roster. You know they came into this game against Pitt, who a lot of them grew up rooting for, and in this stadium, Many of these guys are Steelers fans too.
Yeah.
They came in jacked up, ready to go.
They came in ready to go, and they're not fans. They're playing this team. They feel like they got a nice shot here. This series will go a long way into which way the game plays out.
2nd and 6, inside handoff, Butts. And it'll be 3rd and manageable after 4-yard gain. Butts preseason all-conference, hoping to stay healthy. He battled some injuries last year.
3rd down right here. The music's playing in the stadium. They're huddling right now. The Dukes are hard to hear in this atmosphere. I'd imagine OC Anthony Doria will give Tyler Riddell 2 plays at the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to use a timeout, their last timeout of the half. No, it's going to be a penalty flag.
Illegal substitution against the offense, breaking the huddle with 12 before the timeout. That's a 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
College football has changed quite a bit since you were playing, but the one thing that hasn't is you can only play with 11.
Hey, and it's a new quarterback, right? The first thing when you walk into a huddle, make sure there's 10 other guys, not 11 other guys. You got to count yourself, Clay.
He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Maryland Payne down on the sideline here on this first big weekend of the college football season, the ACC. Really excited about what it has in store for 2025. Got 2 teams into the college football playoff last year. Pitt thinks it's a contender in 2025 for the ACC title. And to surprise some folks, very much the way SMU did last year. Trying to get off the field on 3rd down and 7. Riddell pressure, dumps it off, crossing route, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down and more for Joey Isabella. Boy, that's the guy Pitt knows they have to have their antennas up for, but he continues to sneak free.
Yeah, and I love the play call. It's a screen draw fest on 3rd and 7. They're bringing 6 Pitt Panthers. What are you going to do? Replace the pressure. I love the call by OC Anthony Doria right there. You put them in a little bit more of a difficult situation on 3rd and 7 rather than 3rd and 2, but they come through with a huge 1st down in this game.
11 yards to Isabella, the 6th-year senior. 1st down just inside the 40-yard line of Duquesne, and they run it up the middle. Flag comes in the backfield. Sean Solomon totes it ahead. We'll see what the flag is about.
Looked like 78. Got a piece of jersey right there with a hold.
Offensive holding, number 78. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Michael Fowler right there, the left guard, gets beat on the outside and just grabs a jersey and tries to tackle him. That's really difficult on a left guard when you got a blitzing linebacker or a really fast defensive lineman.
There's Jerry Schmidt. Pat Narduzzi said this is like a championship game for Duquesne. And Schmidt politely disagreed. He said, no, it's game 1 of our championship run. I thought that was a cute and polite reply. That is caught by Sean Solomon. And it was not acrimonious, the back and forth between Schmidt and Narduzzi. These guys are good friends. That's part of the reason that this game has taken place today. Duquesne didn't go D1 until 1993, and the Dukes were non-scholarship until 2008. Among the reasons that this rivalry was dormant for 86 years. We'll see if this is a one-off or if this is something that could happen again in the near future.
I think PA people would love to see it. 2.2 miles apart.
2nd and 16. Solomon knew where to go. No gain for Solomon. With Jamario Clements transferring to Wake Forest, they expect Solomon to have a big role with Butts out of that backfield. But there you see Lovelace and Francis Brewu getting to him. And Duquesne 1 for 6 today on 3rd down, and this is a 3rd and 16.
And this is really where the Dukes have to be careful because Pitt loves to pressure in this look. They got gashed last 3rd down that they pressured. Let's see if they play some coverage here, 3-man rush, make quarterback Tyler Riddell play the position of quarterback as Bates told us early in the week.
Under 5.5 to go, first half. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Riddell going in the wrong direction, throws it off his back foot, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to the sideline for Solomon, but Nick James had the pressure. Honorable mention all conference last year, the defensive tackle Heaton Riddell up, and he's been battered a little bit here in the first half.
Yeah, and Pitt decides not to pressure right there. They bring 4. I like the call, 3rd and long. They play coverage, and who do you think was defending? Kyle Lewis. He has been all over the field today. Like what this defensive front's doing, they feel like they've settled in right now.
Verducci will see how he attacks this punt. Right at Reed. And good coverage that time. Reed took a couple of steps ahead and he was plowed under.
Surprised they're still kicking it to him.
Quan Rhodes McKee with a big blast inside the 40-yard line. And this Pitt offense will get it one more time here before the end of the second quarter.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. The Panthers are up 20-6 on Duquesne today, and I have former Pitt Panther and current Buffalo Bill Damar Hamlin here with me. He is an honorary captain today as we celebrate in stadium. Damar, how did this program set you up for success in the NFL?
Man, the culture, like the things we implement here, they transition, to the next level at the league. So the only thing that I really had to, learn was the terminology, the new defenses, but like just how I go about my business as a pro, I learned that from right here.
The proof is in the numbers. One of 20 players in the last 5 years to go to the league. Coach showed us a picture of you texting him about the winner's manual. What impact has that had?
Man, the winner's manual is just like the guide to making you the best version of you, so you can show up for your teammates, you know, and be what you need to be. You know, we always talk about 111. We getting some big plays right now. We always talk about 111 and 11 as one. You need everybody as one, but you know that winner's manual truly like just allows you to dig deeper into yourself to be the best version of yourself, and I still use it today.
You called it, some big plays happening, so we got to let you go. Thank you for the time.
Thanks for having me.
Damar Hamlin, proud Western PA guy from McKees Rocks, the Rocks. Here in Western PA, went to Central Catholic High School. Great to see him.
Yeah, he's great, man. One of the premier players in the NFL. Glad he's here.
A couple of big plays here as Pitt is trying to take advantage of good field position again. Eli Holstein throws, and a strike to the end zone to Kenny Johnson. 20-yard touchdown pass.
What a play by Eli Holstein, finding his #1 receiver, Kenny Johnson. Really, really love the fact that he was able to get out of the pocket, find a guy open in the end zone, extending plays. That's what we talked about with Cade Bell. We want him to extend the plays. Is exactly what he does in the red zone. Comes back from a red zone interception, now throws just right outside a red zone touchdown. Really good answer by Eli.
And that extra point is good for Butkowski this time. And with just over 4 minutes to go, 27-6. Eli Holstein, second touchdown pass of the first half. It hasn't been all great here in the first couple of quarters, but this certainly is more of what Cade Bell is hoping for from the second-year starter.
Yeah, and he's not forcing things. He's letting things come to him. I know he forced that red zone interception. You're going to see here Kenny Johnson, he's running a post route, and something I put down in my notes that this team does really well in receivers, it's called a scramble drill. When we get outside of the pocket, exactly what we see right here with Eli Holstein, nothing's open, get out of the pocket. Receivers, you have to move with me, you have to move with my eyes. And that sort of looked Patrick Mahomes-ish, stepping up, getting tackled, throws an absolute dot at his head. Seems like he's settling in now. You see him talking with Cade Bell, who is in the sideline. Second year together. They feel like the communication is really, really good right now from the summer they have with them. Off to a pretty good start today.
Three plays, 47 yards in just over a minute. And now Duquesne will have it at the 25-yard line. Let's go back and show this from up above. The last touchdown pass for Eli Holstein.
Tight splits, tight formations. They're playing man-to-man coverage. He has nobody open, and then watch Kenny Johnson move toward him. He's at the T in the end zone. He moves toward him, gets away, and an absolute strike by Eli Holstein, who before that drive, you know, the Pitt Panthers had 88 yards of total offense. Hasn't been great today until this last drive. Now has 2 touchdown passes, 9 of 15, 84 yards. He's really settling in.
Kenny Johnson, 4 catches today. He had 46 last year, most among their returning wideouts. Again, Kanata Mumfield gone to the NFL, made the 53-man roster for the Rams.
Oh, wow.
That's incomplete. And Sheen Biles, the money linebacker, so good in pass coverage, too. He got a hand on that.
And if you see Tyler Riddell, as soon as he throws it, he starts running to tackle him, because that should have been a pick 6. That should have been his second in 2 years. I know that feeling as a quarterback. It's never good. We're glad it didn't happen to him.
4 defensive touchdowns last year for the Pitt defense, 5th in the nation. 3 came in 1 game against Syracuse.
First half of that game, too.
Yeah. 2nd and 10, play action. Pass is caught at the 30 by Jermaine Johnson. It's going to be close to the first down. And a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 5. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. First down.
That's Zach Crothers, the defensive end. Do you like this call?
You're going to see him on the left side of the screen. I mean, he barely hits him. It's a really good acting job by Riddell. I mean, it's right on the cusp. I don't like the call, especially right there.
I think Pat Narduzzi agrees with you. We were talking with coordinator Randy Bates. He believes that Crothers is going to be a star before the end of this season. He thinks this is going to be a breakout year for the redshirt freshman. They liked him last year, the little bit they saw of him in the practices, and now that he's on the field, they said the sky's the limit.
Well, depth on the defensive line is needed. Exactly what Randy Bates was telling us.
Pressure off the edge. Joey Zelensky, and more penalty flags go down, and so does Tyler Riddell. That's going to be a holding call against the Dukes. One of the many seniors on this offensive line,
Holding.
Gary Satterwhite.
Offense number 56, penalties declined, second down.
Actually, Brian Bydach, the team captain, on the left side with the penalty. And 54, Satterwhite may have held as well.
Yeah, it's just a difficult matchup versus defensive line where they pin their ears back and they just say, hey, let's meet at the quarterback. We don't care if we give up some screens. We don't care if we give up some draws. Jimmy Scott, Sean Fitzsimmons, Zach Crothers, Francis Brewu, the two transfers, Jaden Moore and Blaine Spears. I mean, they are deep at the defensive line position.
3 sacks now for the Pitt defense. And the penalties starting to really pile up for Duquesne. They have 6 today. Riddell, long throw. Joey Isabella again. He'll step into plus territory at the 47. And it'll be third down and pretty long.
And when you play this 4 deep look that Pitt does, even though they're 8 to 9 yards, the flats, quick game, underneath, those are where you want to live as a quarterback. Get these nice, easy completions. Good job there by Tyler Riddell getting them into a third and manageable. I like it here. You probably have 2 downs. You're on the fringe. I don't know if you want to punt it again to Des Reed.
Both of the offenses today, just 1 third down conversion. Can't imagine the coordinators are pleased with that number. Riddell being chased, and he'll just throw it away. Typical Pitt pursuit of the quarterback. I mean, Riddell has been running for his life all afternoon so far.
And it's Rasheem Biles once again breaking through. He had 5.5 sacks last year. The thing about these two linebackers, Kyle Lewis and Rasheem Biles, they both had over 15 tackles for loss each. They give you negative plays on the defensive side, no better than the 6'1", 220 Rasheem Biles you see right there. He's just as good, maybe a little bit twitchier than Kyle Lewis. So they love each other. They love these tandems. He's mainly the boundary backer.
7th punt for Michael Baraducci. He got burned on the first one, an 88-yard punt return for Reed. And he sails this one into the end zone.
That is smart punting.
So this will come out to the 20. And 2:31 to go here before halftime. 27-6, Pitt leading. Eli Holstein on the day, 9 of 15, 84 yards, couple of touchdown passes now, did throw the red zone interception. Here's a chance late in this first half with a couple of timeouts to work on some things and to go into the locker room with a really good feeling instead of just a, I would say, so-so feeling.
Absolutely, and you're going to get some reps at the 2-minute drive, right? You got plenty of time, 2:31, 2 timeouts left. You see them looking to the sideline to switch the play to Cade Bell. Is exactly what you want for your redshirt sophomore to get reps at.
That throw, a little bit late, but it is caught by Zion Fowlerell, the athletic deep threat out of Jersey City. Gets 5 on that play, second down. 18 seconds ahead of the 2-minute timeout.
And you're really going to see this situational football, right? You got plenty of time. Get a snap off before the 2-minute timeout.
There's a man wide open, caught at the 40. Poppy Williams in free flight. Now spinning away from a tackler and driven down at the 30-yard line. That is quintessential Poppy Williams. Gain of 55 yards That takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Eli Holstein looking for some late half rhythm here and another end zone strike before the break. (27-6), Pitt leading the home opener against Duquesne here with 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Eli Holstein as the Panthers offense to the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
He had ankle surgery in the offseason. Really didn't get healthy until fall camp. He was struggling during spring. First real action since last October. Taking a shot at the end zone, and it's knocked down. Incomplete. He wanted Blue Hicks. Henry Pickens, a transfer from Southeast Missouri, in on the coverage.
And Eli Holstein has done this a few times today, and it just shows you his growth. When the defender's not looking, he says, hey, I trust my receivers. I'm going to put it up for him. It's exactly what he did there. He went to the left side of the field, went back to the right side of the field. I like it. 2nd and long. You don't want to score too fast here and give the Dukes a chance.
Holstein to Des Reed. He's going to try and find some room on the outside, but he's cut down by Jack Dunkley. Jack Dunkley, number 92. He's on the Buck Buchanan Award watch list for FCS Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, looking at their defense, I think he's the best player on their defense. 6'4", 250. The front four for the Dukes have played really well today. Not a lot of room for Des Reed to run the football.
Reed 6 carries, just 15 yards. He has done his damage on special teams with that 88-yard punt return touchdown. First punt return opportunity of the year, and he takes it to the house. Now Holstein on the hook. Down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 16 for the Pitt quarterback.
And not only can Des Reed run and catch, look at his block right here on the left side of the field. That's a perfect job letting Eli Holstein step up to use his legs. He's a do-it-all guy. That's what you love to see as a quarterback.
2 timeouts, under a minute to go till halftime. Holstein laying it out for Hicks. Oh, what a catch. I gotta say it, Chase, out of the blue with that left hand.
I mean, that's Odell Beckham Jr. type stuff right there in the back of the end zone. First of all, an amazing throw to the field. You're on the right hash. That's an NFL-style throw. He drops it in the bucket, and then Blue Hicks, you know, Coach told us he was the gadget guy with screens and draws to get him hit. He's got some hands, Clay.
Blue Hicks
dancing, man.
13 catches the last couple of years at Louisville. He's going to get a heavier workload now that he's in Pittsburgh. As Butkowski comes on for another PAT attempt. And it's 34-6. This is worth another look or several looks.
Right hash, one-on-one for offenses is like one-on-none. Extends with his left hand and is able to make this catch. It's just a fade route, so it's just get up on his feet, go. A perfect throw. Actually pretty good coverage right there on defense, but there's no defense for a perfect football, Clay. That ball was put perfectly in the bucket. They practice these all the time, you know. They get buckets out there, Clay, and you throw in to the bucket from fades. From the far hash, though, that's showing growth. And Eli Holstein today, his first half looks really good. 12-19, 150 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Now that one red zone interception, but man, it's a pretty good half for him.
It has come around, no doubt, since the interception. And the level of comfort compared to last year for Holstein, year 2 of this offense under Cade Bell, what are you noticing?
Trust. They trust each other. Cade Bell and Eli Holstein says, hey, you know what? We don't have to be in a hurry here. I know what you like. You know what I like. Has an understanding of what's expected of him at the line of scrimmage. He's able to go up and re-ID protections. He's able to actually change run plays and pass plays. And this is just game 1 of year 2. Wait till they really get going. They got a chance in this conference, man.
Meanwhile, Tyler Riddell and the Duquesne offense has struggled to get anything going. It always starts on the ground. Pitt usually very committed to stopping the run, and they've done that today. -4 rushing yards for the Dukes today, and just 115 total yards of offense. They will try again, though, with Taj Butts here on first down, and it's clogged up quickly in the middle.
This Randy Bates defense, they were 19th in the country against the rush last year. Really, really good against them. It starts with their front 4. They meet at the quarterback, they stop at the run while rushing, and then those linebackers, Rasheem Biles and Kyle Lewis, along with that secondary who struggled down the stretch, if they stay healthy, they have a chance to be one of the more aggressive and better defenses in the entire ACC.
See if Duquesne decides to run another play. Well, they're going to have to, I think. And Riddell takes a knee. And that'll take us to the half. 34-6. Pitt with the lead. They will also get the ball to start the second half. Pat Narduzzi, 9-1 in season openers since taking the job here in Pittsburgh. And this Panthers team, well, on its way to a season opening win, which would also end a 6-game losing streak. That's how that 2024 campaign, which started so well, came to an end.
Excited to see them playing well offensively and defensively.
Let's go down to Maryland.
Coach, your offense more than doubled its total offensive yards production on the last 2 drives. What do you say about the way that your offense was able to settle in the second quarter?
We're giving the quarterback great protection, number 1. So he's keeping clean. He's got time back there. It's a nice scramble with time, but, you know, Eli's done a nice job. Just got to keep putting points on the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First half of the books, 34-6. Pitt leading Duquesne. We're going to toss it now to Taylor and the gang for our ACC Network halftime report. and this was moments ago. It's the 30th year of Rib Fest, which takes place here in Pittsburgh, just outside of the stadium.
Look at that bite.
Lauren and Marlon from Cowboys Barbecue in Fort Worth, they've been coming for the last 3 decades. They were good enough to bring up that food.
I'm unscathed.
I'm
White
not.
shirt, ribs, brisket. It was excellent. There's Rib Fest here next to the stadium, man.
And that's why I have my jacket on. I have to cover the stains.
Tide pin. Need it.
Yes. Time for cut to the chase, and let's do that right now. Chase Daniel, break it down for us. Eli Holstein, his first down.
Yeah, look, there's the interception. End zone, in the red zone, not good, but he comes back. He finds Blue Hicks for touchdown number 2 on his 3rd progression, and then you're going to see a scramble drill right here to Kenny Johnson. Love what he's able to do today. He's played really well after the red zone interception. Hands up. Really good start for the first half for Eli Holstein.
How about this pass? Let's take a look at the All-State good hands play. You're not going to see a better one this year.
Well, week 1, this takes the cake. This is Sports Center top 10 all the way. He doesn't even need his right arm. He catches it one hand. It's awesome.
And so Pitt is going to start with the football here in the second half. Eli Holstein, 12 of 19, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. That interception. And here he comes. Desmond Reed in his first half today. 6 carries, 15 yards. Pretty nondescript as far as the running attack. And then in the receiving game, just the 1 catch for 2 yards. But he has done so much damage on special teams.
88-yard touchdown. Triple threat for this team.
Play action. And that is caught by Blue Hicks over the middle. Out to the 47-yard line. Blue Hicks quickly making an impact here in the second half, 22 yards.
And we've talked all game about getting through progressions. You have a crosser route across the field, and he's able to get backside to the deep end to his 3rd progression. Trying to go fast here. This is what Cade Bell, the offensive coordinator, told us they want to do, but the referee's holding them up. See if they look to the sideline or keep with the tempo.
Reed, oh my. Des Reed, goodbye, touchdown. Well, we just said he was nondescript, and then it's like to put a finger in our eye, says, oh yeah? He takes it 53 yards for a touchdown.
Cade Bell told us they wanted to have explosive plays, not only on offense, but in special teams. First, an 88-yard touchdown, and then a 50-plus touchdown run. It's unbelievable. This guy can score from anywhere on the field. Second-team All-American, is an all-purpose guy. We haven't even really seen him receiving the ball out of the backfield, which I think is the best part of his game. Makes the first guy miss, then it's off to the races.
Yeah, they think the receiving part of it is what's going to get him to the next level. 2 plays, 75 yards in just 46 seconds. And another Butkowski extra point, 41-6 now. Desmond Reed, 2nd year at Pitt after a couple of years at Western Carolina. He's in his 4th year in Cade Bell's offense, knows it better than anybody. And when he gets loose, the lights go out quickly.
One thing I really like about his running style is he's patient. Look how patient he is. Sets the guy up, hits his left foot in the ground, and then it's straight vertical to pay dirt. Love the way this guy plays. 5'8", plays bigger than he's 175. But if he can make the first guy miss, there is true breakaway speed that we saw on the run right there. And then the special teams play of the game, the punt return for 88 yards to really start the scoring in this game.
So Pitt now 4 straight possessions resulted in a touchdown going back to the first half. Now, how many times did we hear it yesterday when we talked to the Pitt coaching staff, Chase? Future NFL talent. The staff certainly knows talent. Marilyn Payne alluded to that earlier when talking about the 20 players who have gone on to the NFL the last 5 years. Is this going to be a touchback? And a guy that's going to be in the NFL at some point, probably as a specialist, is Des Reed.
Yeah, look at this patient right here. There's a safety on the left side of the screen. Pause right there, freeze. You make one guy miss. That's what happens at this quarter field safety, meaning there's only 2 safeties deep. He has a quarter of the field. You make him miss. There's nobody back there. Tackling was something that the Dukes really wanted to focus on. But right now, these last 4 possessions, 4 straight touchdowns for Pitt Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised if their starters play much longer. They've seen what they've seen. Get them out before injury.
From the 25. Nowhere to go. Taj Butts quickly tackled by Kyle Lewis. And that's a good point, Chase. The motto this year for Pitt is finish. Every play, every game, and certainly this season. They weren't able to do that last year, losing the last 6 games after that 7-0 start. And Pat Narduzzi told you and I yesterday, that's why you're going to see starters on the field late into this ball game, even if it gets a little bit lopsided. And they certainly were hoping that it would get lopsided, and it's starting to trend that way right now.
Yeah, and he really loves this team. He expects a lot out of them. He's really confident in them. The big thing that I noticed speaking with him, when we spoke to him in the production meeting for over an hour, he was nice enough to give us his time. It's details, both on and off the field. Every single thing that they do, both on and off the field, there is a detailed approach to it. He preaches competition in this roster. I've heard of 1% better a day. Clay, he says get 3% better a day. So 3 times as much as I normally have heard. And it looks like right now they're more than 3% better than the Duquesne Dukes.
We tried to pin him down on exactly why 3%. He really couldn't give us a good answer.
I tried to ask him, and he had no. I was like, Coach, I've never heard of that before.
Seemed like a nice number. After that Taj Butts run, 3rd down and 5 for Duquesne, their first possession of the second half. Tyler Riddell, the transfer, going to the outside, nobody home. Incomplete 4th down, intended for B.J. Alexander. And Tyler Riddell transferred in to Duquesne in time for spring practice, so he had the whole summer to build chemistry with his receivers, but we haven't seen much of that today, and I think that's because Pitt has been so good on defense.
Yeah, Pitt defensively, I mean, look, we knew coming into the game that the Dukes would challenge their corners, who were not so good a year ago. They gave up 265 yards passing in the secondary last year, but Shadarian Harrison, Rashad Battle, Javon McIntyre, Taman Lyman, like all these guys, they're getting some good play, and I think that's why Coach Narduzzi wanted to play these dudes later in the game than maybe some other coaches would, because they have to stay healthy.
Our first ACC Network women's soccer and volleyball matches of the fall season are Thursday night. Number 13 Virginia hosting number 9 Penn State. Then at 8, 10th ranked SMU hosting Washington in the Mustangs home opener on the hardwood. And Moody Coliseum should be a great night. Clay Matvick and former Missouri quarterback Chase Daniel, Maryland Payne down on the sideline. Great to have you with us on this first big Saturday of the college football season. Down goes Holstein. Eli Holstein sacked for the first time today as Jack Dunkley gets to the quarterback. We talked about him a little bit earlier, Chase. Led the conference with 9.5 sacks last year.
Such a good move to set Kendall Stanley up, who just came into the game inside, swipe outside. It looked like J.J. Watt rushing the passer right there. Patented move. That's what you want to see when you're up 41-6, getting your quarterback hit.
Well, draw and nowhere to go for Des Reed as Ish Finlater, who's had a great game from his defensive end spot for Duquesne, makes the stop. That's going to be a loss of 2. So you were talking about the offensive line. Kendall Stanley is in there now. Jeff Percy, the left tackle, has gone out. Well, he's back in there now. But they are definitely getting Stanley some work.
Yeah.
That was a big piece this offseason, getting the offensive line shored up. That pass is incomplete. It was intended for Malachi Thomas, the tight end. And tight end also another spot that they're looking for guys to step up. Gavin Bartholomew gone to the NFL.
Malachi Thomas wants this one back. Eli Holstein puts this on an absolute rocket ship between 2 defenders. Nice throw. But Malachi Thomas, 6'4", 240. They like his speed. 2 catches, 22 yards, and a touchdown catch in 2024 and 13 games played. They like Jake Overman. They got to replace their leading tight end from last year.
Caleb Junko, good kick. Drops it inside the 35, checks up, and Joey Isabella sees it bounce. Back the other way at the 35-yard line is where they will spot it. Duquesne has it when we come back to Pittsburgh. All in all, it's been a pretty good day for this Pitt defense. And there is a star in the making. Cruz Brookins, strong safety from right here in Pittsburgh. Product of Steel Valley High School, about 10 miles from where we are right now. And another guy who Pat Narduzzi thinks is a future NFL talent.
Absolutely. 6'2", 195, really quick, Actually got really good ball skills as well. He plays the boundary safety, so he's the one coming up, making hits on running backs, filling those gaps up. Very, very aggressive down here. You see him at the bottom of your screen on above the 40.
DC Randy Bates, can't say enough about him and his family. Pittsburgh through and through. That pass should have been caught, incomplete. Let's go down to Maryland.
Yeah, Cruz Brookins puts a lot of pressure on himself as he is stepping in to fill the shoes of Donovan McMillan, who made the NFL 53-man roster with the Browns despite being an undrafted free agent. And Cruz said, I still talk to him. We've talked so much about what it takes to play this specific position within this defense well. And this team, too, within it, he's got to finish. He said it's about tackling on the ball, punching balls out, PBUs, and really elevating my game, he said, because I feel the pressure and the expectations high. In spring camp, though, guys, he had as many takeaways as Kyle Lewis in the helmet sticker competition. Kyle won it out in the end in the fall by just 2 takeaways, but a testament to how good Brookins can be.
That's a great point, Maryland. And he also almost had an interception that he dropped early in the game. He's already got his hands on a couple of footballs today. He's the ball hawk back there. And when you play this quarter-style defense, so there's 2 safeties high, they have a quarter of the field. They give him a lot of leeway on his aggression to attack, read safeties and corners and quarterbacks' eyes. You see him do it today. It's been impressive to watch. He's only a redshirt sophomore. 2 interceptions last year, had 2 PBUs as well. Already has a PBU today.
And there are so many channels that Pitt players can go to get advice from NFL players. You come to Pitt, and there are just so many. We walked into the football facility yesterday, and it's like walking into the College Football Hall of Fame. All the pictures up on the wall of former Panthers who have gone on to stardom.
Well, and not only that, but like Dorsett Marino, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They have a whole mantra of guys. Larry Fitzgerald, Aaron Donald. I mean, the list goes on and on.
2nd and 10. Pretty good run there for Taj Butts, the former Missouri Tiger. Speaking of former Missouri Tigers, it's going to be fun to be in the saddle with you this year. Chase, welcome to ESPN, our family, and we're certainly glad to have you.
I appreciate it. It's an honor. Dream come true a little bit to be able to call this game.
Well, this is not good. You never want to see injuries, but especially game 1 of the season. Everybody hoping to stay healthy, especially when this game is starting to get out of whack. 41-6, 10:56 to go in the 3rd. Middle linebacker Braylon Lovelace, who pitched shaken up on that last play. The good news for the Panthers is it looks like he's going to be okay.
Get him out of the game, including all the starters. This is not what you want to see happen. It looked like a little stinger. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
3rd down and 4 for Duquesne at their own 41. Low snap, handled by Riddell. Throws it deep, has a man. It is caught by Isabella. Joey Isabella, another big play. And he gets it close to the 30-yard line before he's taken out of bounds.
Matched up on a safety. It's exactly what OC Anthony Doria told us today. And you've already seen 2 huge plays by Joey Isabella and a secondary that struggled down the stretch. I think they gave up 294 passing yards a game in the last 4 games. Not what you want to see here, but just speaks to the athleticism of Joey Isabella matched up on safeties.
I mean, he's been their offense. He has 114 receiving yards on 6 catches. And Duquesne is a total team 154 yards. Here he is again, little tunnel screen. He is spun down, no gain. So going back to what you were talking about getting starters out, based on what we heard from Pat Narduzzi, I think he's going to disagree with you. He really wants to see some things here today. And again, remember, the motto this year is finish. We got to finish strong.
I understand that. Everyone has a plan till they get hit in the mouth, and I'm not saying Pitt has got hit in the mouth, but as soon as you see one of your key guys in Braylon Lovelace go out of the game, down on the ground, you might second guess it. I'd imagine they're already starting to work some 2s and 3s in there, especially next drive.
The middle, Sean Solomon for 4. And Rashad Battle making that stop. A flag on the play. Well, it's good to see Lovelace back out there.
Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Michael Falla, left guard for Duquesne, preseason all-conference. Duquesne went 8-3 last year and shared the Northeast Conference title with Central Connecticut, who beat them in the regular season finale, keeping them out of the FCS playoffs. But those are the 2 favorites again in the NEC. Jerry Schmidt really excited about his team. Likes to test his club early. That's what they're doing again this year. Last year, they went to Toledo and BC, a couple of FBS opponents, lost those games back-to-back before going on an 8-game winning streak. Caught on the outside by Jermaine Johnson and immediately closed in on. That's a 1-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd down as Sean Lee, the cornerback, got there.
And I think the Duke season is really going to come down to how fast Tyler Riddell picks up Anthony Doria's scheme, right? 3rd school in 3 years for Tyler Riddell. Don't know exactly what he does well. They think the RPO game is great. They think he has good touch. He's played pretty decent against a really aggressive Pitt team today. 13 of 22, 150 yards, and that lone touchdown with a rating of 131.
Threw for almost 2,600 yards last year, 16 touchdowns for Gardner Webb. Flag down. Solomon caught and well shy of the 1st down, and we'll see if this is coming back anyway. That's going to be against Duquesne again. Another holding call.
Holding, offense number 77. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That offensive front, we talked about it being all seniors, veterans, some really good players up there at the FCS level, but you get the sense they're getting tired out now by these Pitt defenders.
It's exactly what we said early in the game. You want to shorten the game. The longer the game goes on, the depth of Pittsburgh shows up. They're going to have a good squad. They're going to be competitors again in the NEC conference. I mean, the strength of their team is their offensive line. You know, they got to replace the leading rusher, Jamario Clements, who had 60% of their rush offense last year all the way. You're also breaking in a brand new quarterback in Tyler Riddell.
3rd and 29, and 3rd down has been an Achilles heel for Duquesne today. Oh my, wow. Punishing hit at the 45-yard line. Alex Gochis upended by Kavir Baines Marquez who played the last 4 years at UC Davis. He's in Pittsburgh now.
And you're going to see Marquez, the backup safety here. We've talked a lot on this broadcast about the half-field, quarter-field safety coming down, making a big hit. Coaching staff's going to love that.
So Michael Baraducci on to punt again. He has been a busy man here today. This will be his 9th punt. And he's going to keep it away from Des Reed. Out of bounds. Pat Narduzzi, head coach of Pittsburgh. And yesterday, Chase caught up with him.
The first thing is that big picture over there. It's just some of the NFL players we've had at Pitt. That's pretty cool. My brother is an artist. Tyler Boyd, number 83. Avonte Maddox, Aaron Donald.
What's your favorite helmet right now?
You know, I love them all.
If you had to pick.
Classic right here.
Classic.
You gotta love that. The classics.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this every week, Chase Coach?
I guess so. We're going
like
to chase
that.
Coach down, see what's really cool in their office. It's really good that he's able to let us in, man. He talked to us for an hour yesterday. So generous with his time. His office was great. Those paintings, I mean, you could have fit at least 6 or 7 more guys on that wall.
And you know what's impressive to me? That is really good artwork. That's his brother's work. How much talent can one family really deserve?
Looks like a $100,000 painting. I'm like, Coach, you got this kind of money, you got this kind of bread, and it's special for him. Also, his daughter is his assistant.
Wow.
Which family, it's true family, man.
That's kind of what Pittsburgh's all about. Of course, the championship trophy from 21 is not in his office. They keep that out front in the football building.
Aaron Donald, too. I mean, I was trying to figure out what awards are. There's his number 1 right there, his daughter right outside of his offense. They were just gracious with all their time. It was a fantastic visit. Really appreciate that from Pitt.
3rd down. Holstein heated up. He escapes, and there he goes with the feet. Good footwork from the quarterback for Pittsburgh. And he'll get 7 and move the sticks.
One thing we talked about with offensive coordinator Cade Bell was Eli Holstein doesn't like to slide. I love to see him slide right there in a game that's out of hand. No need to take a hit to a head, to get banged up or anything. That's growth in year 2 in this system.
Bryce Yates on that catch, a true freshman they like. He picks up 8. And again, the Holstein run game, a huge part of what Pittsburgh is offensively. He was the number 2 rusher last year behind Reed. Over 300 yards on the ground. And Juelz Goff, big-bodied freshman, picks up another 1st down, a gain of 5 there.
Yeah, Eli Holstein, we've said it, NFL size. I think he's a 1st-round talent if he continues to develop at a rate he did last year. 7-1 as a starter. 78 carries in 7 games, or 8 games is a lot of carries, though.
Another run. Goff spinning. Man, that's a great run. That'll be a 1st down carry for Juelz Goff, the redshirt freshman. You know, you were talking with me this week about this offense under Cade Bell. Kind of reminded you of when you were in Columbia playing for the Missouri Tigers back when they were still in the Big 12.
Yeah, but way back when. Thank you for showing my age. It is one of those offenses that are spread it out, tight formations, a lot of empty backfield, and it gives Eli Holstein the vision to see, hey, I need to change this play from a run to a pass, or I need to change this play from a pass to a run. He gets that, and when I looked at it on film the first time, I said, oh my gosh, it's got NFL-style concepts, so it's flooding zones. They're all about mismatches. It's exactly what we did at the University of Missouri. Now, we didn't go as fast as they can go, which Cade Bell told us they can run a play in 7 seconds, which is insanely fast. But I really like what I see. There's NFL talent all around. Both tackles, starting tackles, Jeff Piercy, Ryan Baer.
Oh, look out. Malachi Thomas, the tight end, touchdown. 34 yards. They get it to Thomas. who's from Thomasville, Georgia, as it happens. And that's another touchdown pass for Holstein.
And it's great to see from Malachi Thomas right there. He had a drop early in the game to come back to be able to have this touchdown. They really like him with the ball in his hands. Might be a flag on the play. I think he was really excited about scoring there, maybe, Clay?
Rule out of the field is a touchdown after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 82 of the scoring team. Pittsburgh, that's number 82's first of the half. That 15-yard penalty will be carried over and administered on the succeeding kickoff.
I don't blame him.
A little celebration penalty.
But going back to the tight end battle, right? Jake Overman, Malachi Thomas, love to see him stepping up after that early drop from a really well-thrown ball in Eli Holstein.
(48-6), 3:14 to go in the third. A career high 4 touchdown passes now for Eli Holstein.
All it is the little flat route. We talked about the convoy screen. You have convoys of blockers, and Malachi Thomas does the rest, and he's celebrating. And did they really call that a, wow, just an RPO type game? Throw it in the flat, he does the rest, and he's excited. One of his first touchdowns. I think he scored 1 touchdown last year. It's his second total touchdown. You're high-fiving fans. That's a penalty now.
8 plays, 75 yards, 3:33 time of the drive, and Eli Holstein, who did have that early red zone interception, has bounced back strong from that and now has a career high 4 touchdown passes.
I like the growth really in game that we've seen from Eli Holstein. And people will say, oh, this is just against the Duquesne Dukes. Well, hey, you still got to go out there. You still got to do it. I remember my first start ever, Murray State, threw 5 touchdowns. The amount of confidence it gave me moving forward into that season, when I was a sophomore, it was instrumental to our success. I think we started off 7-0, faltered down the stretch, but then we got up. My next year was great. So the confidence is key for Eli.
Now it's kicked out of bounds. Sam Carpenter. Yeah, remember, Holstein did not have a healthy spring. Finally got healthy late in the summer.
Kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Number 94, the ball is going to be placed at the 50-yard line, first down.
And went into fall camp, finally got healthy there, and that's where he really felt like he was starting to put in some good work. Kate Bell really saw the improvement that he wasn't able to give them in the spring. Just wasn't great in the spring because he wasn't trusting that ankle. And I kind of feel like this game almost is a microcosm of what it's been since the spring, after the surgery. A little slow starting, but has finally got it going now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the first game of the year for everyone. There's going to be some pregame jitters, and they got that interception out of the way. I used to like to get hit to get those pregame jitters out. He liked to throw that interception, but bounced back in a huge way, thrown for 215 yards and 4 touchdowns. And let's not forget, Clay, this dude started at Bama. Like, this dude was a really highly recruited guy out of Zachary High School, Louisiana. And I just keep coming back to what I saw on film last year. I mean, he started off the first 5 games of the year, 15 touchdown passes. 3 touchdown passes a game in his first 5 games. All the talent is there. He's got guys, Kenny Johnson, Blue Hicks, Poppy Williams Jr., Des Reed. I mean, they are littered with talent. It's unbelievable.
Logan Kushner in at quarterback now for the Dukes. Did not play last year as a true freshman. He can run a little bit. Gets to the outside as a first down and ducks out near the 36, 37-yard line. Kushner was All-State at North Allegheny High School here in Pittsburgh. You know, he's excited to be in this ball game playing on this field today.
Yeah, the coach's staff really likes him. He's more of a run threat, I think, than Tyler Riddell. Riddell had a really good spring and summer and obviously won the starting job coming over from Gardner Webb. He was at East Tennessee State before that. But when you look at Logan Kushner, 6 foot, 200 pounds, he's a gamer.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Kushner into a tight space. Isabella makes the grab. Well, that's some confidence there from the sophomore, Logan Kushner. Buries it into the breadbasket of Isabella for a gain of 6.
Tight window throws, and boy, is he lucky that Rasheem Biles didn't pick that off.
Yeah.
These linebackers still in the game. They are everywhere. But a nice throw. Get some confidence.
This is Ness Davis. First down run inside the red zone now. The Duquesne Dukes. Ness Davis, transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Sturdy athlete from Athens, Georgia. Getting his first action here in the third quarter.
And every coach we talked to about Ness Davis, he wasn't even on our depth charts. He said, they are a huge surprise for us. He surprised them in camp, had a really good job. Physical specimen, really knack for finding holes as he just did there.
One thing about Duquesne under Jerry Schmidt, it's been that way for over 2 decades now. They're going to play hard right till the final whistle. Down by 42, but marching deep into Pitt territory, spun down at about the 15-yard line after a 3-yard gain there. That was Davis. And we'll see if that brings us to the end of the third quarter. These teams haven't met since 1939. The big movies that year.
What we got?
The Wizard of Oz.
Hey.
And Gone with the Wind. That's how long it's been since these programs have gone without playing.
We're not in Kansas anymore,
No,
Dorothy.
we certainly are not. We're in Pittsburgh, the Steel City, and we're on the way to the fourth quarter in a 48-6 game. Season opener for Pitt. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Great weather here in Pittsburgh. Just a beautiful city. And the Pitt Panthers in their season opener have dominated Duquesne, their opponent that they haven't seen in forever. And we're going to get a penalty to start the fourth quarter.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 54. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So now that we're in the fourth, Chase Daniel, you fully expect that starters start to see the sideline.
I think it's smart. I think it's really smart. Look, 46 plays. I know it's probably not the play count that you wanted to do, but you got to start focusing on injury. You got to start focusing on the next game. You got to start focusing on a really tough ACC schedule. I think we've seen enough.
Riddell gets rid of it. Another flag down. That pass is caught by Ian Sheehan.
It's like offsides on Kyle Lewis blitzing from the field.
Who said he's aggressive?
Little bit too aggressive.
Yeah. Well, he gets free reign
on that one.
He has the green light to blitz almost whenever he wants.
Trying to decide if they're going to decline it or take the penalty.
Offside, defense number 9. Penalties decline. Results of the play is third down.
So it'll be third down. So we were just talking about the backups. There's Cole Gonzalez, senior quarterback, played the last 3 years at Western Carolina, where Kerwin Bell is the head coach, Kate Bell's dad. So he knows Kate's system very well too. And it looks like he is poised to come in. Spent the spring at Oklahoma with the Sooners before transferring here.
Really like him, has some moxie. Really good competitor, as Pat Narducci told us in our meeting. And as you mentioned, with Kate Bell at Western Carolina, pretty good.
Play of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Well, penalties have been a real issue today for Duquesne, and as heavy underdogs, to give yourself any chance to stay in a ball game, stay competitive, you can't hurt yourself, and that's kind of been the case today for the Dukes. 10 penalties now for Duquesne.
Yeah, if you're head coach Jerry Schmidt, you're going to have a headache off those 10 penalties right now. Want to see them finish strong, but most important thing for both teams is getting out of this game healthy.
And now a timeout called by Pitt.
30-second timeout, Pittsburgh, first of the second half.
Well, Clemson has won 8 of the last 10 ACC titles. Favorites again. A big game tonight against LSU. Carson Beck is the quarterback in Miami. That's a team that is somebody to watch. How about Haynes King last night? That big win for Georgia Tech after a horrible start. They turned the ball over on the first 3 possessions of the season, but they get out of Boulder, Colorado with a win. And then, of course, Cade Klubnik at Clemson. Some think he is an early Heisman favorite.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Carson Beck, they paid him a ton of money to go down there. Miami has 8 returning starters. They got to replace the top pick in the NFL draft, quarterback Cam Moore, their top rusher Damian Martinez, and their top 5 pass catchers. And when you go to Cade Klubnik, I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country. He's a 3-year starter. He threw for over 3,600 yards last year, 36 touchdowns, and only a few interceptions. Their top 3 receivers return. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
For Clemson in the ACC.
And how about that D-line? Maybe as good as any team in the country. On the run, Riddell's throw is incomplete. That has been the story for Tyler Riddell today. He has certainly got his steps in today, running away from the Pitt defense. And Logan Kushner too. So fourth down, they're going to bring on the field goal unit. Matt Marcinko in his first career game from McKees Rocks, PA. Will attempt a 35-yarder for Duquesne. Dukes haven't scored since early minutes of the second quarter. Low kick, but he's going to bury it. Good from 35 for Marcinko. Louisville hosting Eastern Kentucky. And then later on tonight, Virginia and Coastal Carolina at 6. SMU is at home against East Texas A&M. That'll be the nightcap of our quadruple header here on the ACC Network on this first big Saturday of the college football season. Pitt ready to get it back here with just under 14 minutes to go. So your thoughts as you look at the ACC landscape, and they got 2 teams into the playoff last year. What do you expect this year?
Well, having an at-large bid and SMU getting into the playoff last year at the ACC, that was huge for the conference, having 2 in there. But you look at 3 teams, Miami, Clemson, and Florida State, all hosting national games. Miami's got Notre Dame, Clemson's got LSU, FSU's got Alabama. If they win 2 of those 3 in week 1, like, it's a statement weekend for the ACC to say, hey, it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. We're not just a conference that, hey, gets 1 team in and it's Clemson. Like, there's a chance here to put really all other conferences on notice.
Cole Gonzalez is into the ballgame at quarterback now. High snap, he's able to handle it, and then got a pass off, incomplete to Bryce Yates, but well done by Gonzalez to just keep that from being over his head.
Yeah, that was coming in a little hot, a little nerves right there for Cole Gonzalez, the senior out of Gainesville, Florida. It's an RPO. First of all, hot potato. Just got to make that throw, but amazing catch of the snap. I didn't even see that till you mentioned it. Should be a receiver.
Lyndon Cooper, the starting center, still in there. That snap that went way wide. That one was right on, but the pass is incomplete. He's trying to get it to Fowler-El on the outside. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Cole Gonzalez was the SoCon Player of the Year in 2023 with Cade Bell as his offensive coordinator. So now they reunite here in Pittsburgh. Cole's dad, Billy, he's the wide receiver coach with the Florida Gators. So he is a coach's son.
Yeah.
He has a high football IQ. You can imagine he's been around the game since he can remember.
Yeah, high football IQ. Thrown for over 51 touchdowns in his career.
Oh, that should have been caught. Deuce Spann, he's got those huge hands that Pat Narduzzi raves about. He's very fast, but he's been a little inconsistent. I think we saw it there. That probably was behind him, but should have been caught.
Yeah, a little bit behind him still as a receiver. When you get your hands on the ball, you want to be able to catch it. But those 3 throws from Cole Gonzalez, right? All 3 of them were off fingertips. So it's going to see 0 for 3 in the stat book. But when you look at the film, it's going to show something else different, where I was seeing a cannon by Cole Gonzalez. He needs to take a little bit of heat off that, but a really good progression to get back to a backside in concept.
Fair catch inside the 25. 48-9, we step aside. Is It In You? Brought to you by Gatorade. Des Reed, this is how Pitt got the day started. 88-yard punt return before the offense even took the field for the first time. Back-to-back years, Des Reed has returned a punt for a touchdown in the season opener. That, believe it or not, Chase Daniel, longest punt return for a touchdown in Acrisure Stadium history, college or pro.
Unbelievable. Des Reed has been all over the field today. You saw the, obviously, special teams touchdown return right here. The run game, the running touchdown he had. 8 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's been all over the place, over 150 all-purpose yards. He was second team All-American last year, all-purpose, showing up today in a big way.
Logan Kushner still running the Duquesne offense. And Ness Davis gets another touch, maybe a yard. Acrisure Stadium, also home to the Steelers, of course. Steelers are going to host the Seahawks here in a couple of weeks for their home opener. Pitt's been playing here since it opened in 2001. It was known as Heinz Field then and was for a couple of decades. But what a great football facility. Still one of the best places in the league.
I've played here a few times, once in preseason with the Kansas City Chiefs. And the end zone that backs up the Duquesne Dukes right here was able to throw a game-winning touchdown in overtime of preseason.
Nice.
Who plays overtime in preseason nowadays? So I got good memories here.
You just dated yourself.
Yeah, I know.
That's a loss of 3 on the play.
Twice already.
Pretty good grade, I think, will be doled out to this Randy Bates defense. It's been aggressive. It has stopped the run. 35 yards on the ground for Duquesne today.
It's a calling card. It was the key to victory when we met with them in the production meeting. Said we have to stop the run. We have to make their quarterbacks on the Dukes one-dimensional. It's exactly what they were able to do today. A lot of sacks along the way as well.
Kushner slides up, still looking downfield, but he will keep it himself and amble out near the 35-yard line, close to a first down. He's not going to get there. Fourth down for Duquesne.
This is go for it territory. Down 48-9. Just get some of your fourth down calls out if you're offensive coordinator Anthony Doria. See what works.
Oh, now they're going to change their mind.
Never mind. A little late substitution there.
So they bring on the backup punter, Michael Hartshorn, to kick this one away. And Kenny Johnson's going to return this punt. Penalty flag. That's going to be delay of game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Obviously, this has gone south for the Dukes today, but Jerry Schmidt has a very good team that will compete in the NEC this year for another conference title. They have won that league the last 2 years, shared it last year, but 10 conference titles in 21 seasons. That's something to brag about. Jerry Schmidt has run a very nice program a couple of miles from here. Kenny Johnson showing off his punt return chops. It's at the 40-yard line into plus territory. 25-yard return for Johnson. We step aside. Cole Gonzalez will come out to run the offense again here for the Panthers. Eli Holstein's day is done. Eli led all Power 4 freshman quarterbacks in passing yards last year. A good year over 2,200 yards through the air, and won his first 7 career starts. The first guy to do that at Pitt since a guy by the name of Dan Marino.
Get out of here.
But injuries and some inconsistent play down the stretch led to that 6-game losing streak to end the year. They're going to end that here today with a win, as Jalen Williams gets his first touch out of the Pitt backfield. And, you know, we talked to the guys this week. The team seemed very upbeat. You know, felt they were ready. Had really good practice, really good camp. There's good health. And I didn't sense there was any hangover from the disappointment of a year ago.
Not at all. Not at all. And honestly, if you look at their schedule and you look at their games and you really break it down and study it, injuries, some bad luck on their sides, they could have easily won 10 or 11 games, including that bowl game, I think it's Toledo, that was in 15 overtimes or whatever it was. But I thought that for the most part, the vibes were really high. They really feel good about their team. They have competition within their roster for the first time in a long time. And that's something that Coach Pat Narduzzi really, really liked.
Well, the reserves are in there for Pitt. You can see the upcoming schedule. Central Michigan coming up next. Then the backyard brawl in Morgantown on September 13th. Rich Rod is back leading that program. He puts a lot of emphasis on the Pitt-West Virginia rivalry, as that's incomplete. Gonzalez trying to hit Bryce Yates in the end zone, the true freshman. Can't haul it in. And you look at the schedule later in the year, Chase. Pitt misses both Clemson and SMU. They've got some games on the road, but they also have their toughest games at home.
Yeah, their schedule sets up really nicely for them. You see Central Michigan, West Virginia bye, but they have number 6 Notre Dame at home, number 10 Miami at home, Louisville, who was 9-4, they have it at home, and then you really get a much-needed bye week to prepare for the season-ending stretch that really could define their season. Notre Dame at Georgia Tech, Miami. That Miami game, the last game of the year, really important for them. Could be in their division in the ACC.
Well, Jalen Williams getting some work. He spent the last 3 years at Western Carolina, and they like him inside the red zone, which is where Pitt is now. He scored 10 red zone touchdowns last year for the Catamounts. He's kind of a battering ram inside the 20. Gonzalez flings it out to the flat, and it's caught. Zion Fowler falls ahead to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 2, so second down and goal to go for the Panthers. Under 9 minutes to play.
And you know, head coach Pat Narduzzi, when we were talking with him in the production meeting, he really preached, hey, we need to build our depth. I really like these guys getting a chance to play. They really look forward to it. This is the chance to not only put this tape on film for the Pitt Panthers, but also the transfer portal at some point. We understand how that's going crazy. This is invaluable reps. Like these reps matter for these guys on both squads, but especially Pitt, when you're trying to build your depth and you're trying to build your roster and how injuries plagued them down the stretch.
3rd and goal. Gonzalez has plenty of time, flips it to the end zone, incomplete. Zion Fowler again the intended target. Pat Narduzzi. Let's see if he's going to keep that offense out there. They will not. Going to bring out the field goal unit. Pat Narduzzi, he's led Pitt to 7 bowl games. And of course that ACC title in 2021. They have been in the ACC title game twice under his watch. The last 2 years really disappointing. It was a great start last year, but it finished so poorly. And the year before, just 3 wins. They think they can get everything back on track this year.
Well, and since 2018, the only program to appear in the ACC title game more than Clemson twice is the Pitt Panthers. So they're right up there.
27-yard field goal for Bukowski. And it's 51-9. Eli Holstein, his day. 15 of 23, 215 yards, and a career high 4 touchdown passes.
He was great in the red zone other than that 1 interception. You see him here, the scramble drill to Kenny Johnson and then the throw of the day, the catch of the day. This is SportsCenter Top 10. to Blue Hicks, a little RPO to Malachi Thomas. He's looked really settled in after the first couple drives, which is to be expected. He's still a really young quarterback. A lot on his shoulders here. Like you mentioned earlier, Clay, didn't really get the spring, was coming back from that ankle injury, but was able to really make strides in the summer. And I don't care who it's against. You go out here and you throw for 215 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and you rush for 41 yards and really about 3/4 of play. It's a great day at the office.
It's his second year as the starter. They not only hope for, but they expect big things from Eli Holstein. And this kick is going to go through the end zone. Duquesne will get it back here with 8 minutes to go. We'll try to mount some positivity on offense, which has been hard to come by today. Don't forget, coming up after the game, ACC Huddle. Final score, that'll be after the nightcap tonight. SMU is at home. They're in that 9 o'clock window, and crew will have a wrap-up of the whole day. Highlights, analysis, interviews, all right here on the ACC Network. He's Chase Daniel, I'm Clay Matvick. Marilyn Payne has been outstanding working the sidelines today here in Pittsburgh. She didn't get any ribs, though. I'm sure she's disappointed.
Of leftovers, Marilyn, if you would like
now
some.
speak for yourself. You can give her some of yours. I'm going to take mine to the airport. Marilyn, did you miss out on the ribs, or did you sneak out while we weren't paying attention?
I can
her
see
mouth
her
is
trying
full.
to talk.
Maybe.
Her mouth is full. No, can't hear her. I see her down there. There you are.
I know.
And that's going to be a short gain for Duquesne. 3rd down. Logan Kushner. Couple of completions today, but it was Tyler Riddell who got the start, his first career start as Duquesne Duke, 154 yards passing. The one big play was the pass to Isabella. It was a 59-yard connection which set up their only touchdown today, but just wasn't the day that the Dukes had hoped for as far as creating explosive plays, and now they have a man down. That's Kahini Austin, backup right guard. He's starting to put some weight on it. That's good. Duquesne won at Ohio back in 2021. Their only FBS upset. After today, they will be 1-11 all time against the FBS. They play another FBS opponent week 4 when they go to Akron. So, like I said, Jerry Schmidt, he schedules tough, and it usually pays off for the Dukes later in the FCS season. Kushner just running all over the field, and he is finally going to be corralled and hammered by Cameron Lindsey. Ball is in the hands of Kavir Baines-Marquez. And that's going to be a touchdown. Cameron Lindsey knocked it loose. Baines-Marquez takes it to the house. Are they going to mark him down?
Looks like he was down. I bet they're going to take a second look at this. Although I'm all for defensive touchdowns. Yeah, it looks like he was down right there. But Logan Kushner right here, really nice job going to his left, coming back to his right. Andy Reid used to tell me as quarterback when he was coaching us and I was the Kansas City Chiefs, know when the journey's over, meaning throw the ball away.
Or get down.
Or get down. It looks like it's going to be coming back.
Well, remember last year, Pitt had 4 defensive touchdowns. And if this is overturned, they won't have this one here, but maybe their first of the year.
Yeah.
They're not even going to look at it.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Low end over end punt for Baraducci. Kenny Johnson. Can he have another big return? Why not? The return yards for Pitt today have been insane. And Johnson, another huge bring back inside the 25-yard line. The punt returns, the kick returns for Pitt today, outstanding.
Kenny Johnson is having himself a day, not only receiving, but punt return, kick return. He's going to have close to 200 yards all purpose. 47 receiving, the rest returning. 188 actually all purpose yards. 78 on the kick return. 63 on the punt return. Also a touchdown. The return game has been electric today for the Pitt Panthers.
Caleb Williams in the backfield for Pitt. A jet sweep this time for Cam Sapp. Quick true freshman. One of the many receivers that they're hoping to get some work here early on in the season. Cam Sapp out of Miami, Florida. That's a gain of 7. Well, this game got started with special teams and the electric return from Des Reed. We knew he'd have an impact some way, some fashion today, whether it be as a runner in the backfield, a receiver out of the backfield, or in special teams. It happened to be on special teams on his first touch of the day. Took it back 88 yards, and it's been all Pitt since.
147 all-purpose yards for Des Reed.
Gonzalez slides ahead for the first down.
66 rushing, 2 receiving, 79 punt return yards. And that's something that I thought coming into this game, film study with him, is I think he's a better receiver out of the backfield than a lot of people give him credit for. He was second on the team last year in receiving yards, or receiving catches, excuse me, with 54. Triple threat, dangerous as a receiver. They really didn't want to show it all today, which makes sense.
Caleb Williams, walk-on. Montour High School. Big downhill running back. 5'11", 205 pounds. Jakirian Turner, true freshman, who they are really excited about, still dealing with a hamstring injury, so we were unable to see him today. And he's going to be close to a first down for Williams. Rhodes McKee in on the stop. The other injury, senior wide receiver C.J. Lee, still out with a leg injury suffered last November, but he is ahead of schedule to get back on the field. And, you know, he's a guy that they think can factor in the rotation as soon as he's able to.
Another one of the guys that was with Cade Bell at Western Carolina. Seems like everyone's over there.
This is going to land incomplete. That was intended for Jesse Anderson. Anderson, a converted defensive back. Oh, a few weeks ago he was still playing on the defensive side, and they like his progress. And I think ultimately this is what Pat Narduzzi, Cade Bell, even on the defensive side, Randy Bates likes. Getting some of these rookies, getting some of these newcomers, the transfers, getting some work here in a game that has been decided for a long time.
Yeah, depth for them is huge, right? We've been preaching it all broadcasts, is they got to find their guys that in a pinch, if someone was to go down, that they can count on. And these reps here, they're going to be watched just as, catch it.
Cole Gonzalez almost has a touchdown pass to Anderson. And it'll be fourth down.
Cole Gonzalez with a perfect throw to Jesse Anderson, just can't bring it in. But Cole Gonzalez has looked good, got a really strong arm.
And Anderson, you know, again, a former defensive back. He's got to learn these wide receiver skills.
Yeah, he's used to swatting the ball away. They got to catch it.
27-yard attempt for Butkowski. This kid's got a strong leg. Pat Narduzzi likes him. Beat out a couple of other kickers in camp to replace Ben Sauls, who was Mr. Consistency here in recent years. That three-pointer makes it 54-9 with 3.5 minutes to go. Special teams, all in all, pretty impressive today for the Pitt Panthers.
A lot of return yards. You see Des Reed right here getting the party started. 88-yard punt return touchdown. And when he's in the wide open, no one is catching him. And then you're going to see here Kenny Johnson, who's had a day right here. 78 kickoff return yards, 63 punt return yards. They're doing a really good job of creating field position. It's not only offense and defense. There's 3 phases, Clay, to a game. You need them all 3. It's got to be a confidence builder for the special teams unit. And also the freshman kicker, Bukowski, looked well today. Look at that, 78, that's crazy.
Some teams put more emphasis on special teams than others. That's just how it is. Covering football for 30 years, I've noticed that. When you were in the NFL, when you were bouncing around from team to team there during your 14-year career, what team put the most emphasis on special teams?
Andy Reid, no doubt about it. There's no detail or stone that goes unturned when it comes to him. Offensively, obviously, genius. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, those guys. Defensively as well. Shane Tobe is the special teams coordinator there and one of the best guys I've ever been around. Did you know I played special teams in the NFL? I was a holder for 4 years at the New Orleans Saints. We tried some trickery, didn't really work, but
Super Bowl year.
Yeah, well, that was year after.
Okay.
Year after, 09, I was third quarterback. But yeah, 10, 11, 12, Sean Payton likes his quarterbacks to be the holder. We didn't really get rushed because, quarterback can throw it.
Well, both teams have gone to their bench, and we have seen second and third teamers in there here since about the midway point of the third quarter. Logan Kushner at quarterback brings the team up to the line here on a 2nd and 11 as we're under 3 minutes to go. First meeting between these two programs in almost 9 decades. As Dejon Hopkins, a sophomore from Norristown, PA, just outside of Philadelphia, gets a carry. Jasir Whittington, backup defensive tackle, a freshman, number 4 there. He's in on the stop. Third down and 11. Boy, third down has been a problem spot, really, for both teams. Pitt got it going a little bit late in the second quarter and early part of the second half, but Duquesne 2 of 14 today on third down. Quick release, juggled, did he haul it in? Garrett Harold, the tight end, former quarterback. He got it, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. 54-9 Pittsburgh. very impressive day for the Pitt Panthers in their season opener, as Duquesne is coming out with the punting unit to kick it away for the 12th time today. Michael Hartshorn will boot this one. And Kenny Johnson will field it inside the 40-yard line. A little dance, and it'll be brought down after a 1-yard gain. So a minute 50 to go. Pitt just needing a couple of first downs here to put this game in the history books.
Take a knee. Let's get out of here. But you got to love the way Pitt looked today, right? A little adversity early. Was able to step on the gas. The return game got going. They were able to get some depth, some pieces playing the game. You're able to get your backup quarterback in. For the most part, you look healthy. Braylon Lovelace got a little banged up, but was back in the very next play. Yet they're still throwing it.
Yeah, they're still throwing it with Cole Gonzalez. Caleb Williams out of the backfield makes that catch. And Gonzalez, after that pass to Williams dinged up, it appears.
Yeah, not good. They're still going tempo with a minute 25 on the clock. Gotta love it.
Well, they're using this as practice time now. Gonzalez drops back over the middle, man wide open. This is going to be a touchdown. Waltzing in, Bryce Yates, 60 yards for the true freshman. And this is scrimmage time for these backups. Pitt using this opportunity to get these backup players some experience.
Nice throw down the middle from Cole Gonzalez to Bryce Yates, but if I'm head coach Jerry Schmidt, don't love that call.
Yeah.
We're up 54-9. Why are we running it up?
Yeah, Pat Narduzzi and Jerry Schmidt, they've known each other a long time. They spend some time together, you know, talking football. They're good friends, a lot of respect for each other. But yeah, it's now 61-9. Now, with that said, a guy like Bryce Yates, a true freshman, getting an opportunity to shine and show the coaches what he's capable of. You can understand why he relishes these opportunities.
Hey, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I'm a backup player, right? So anytime we play preseason or some games in the NFL that I wasn't the starter, those were my Super Bowl. It's the same here, right? They're working on their depth. I just think at some point in the game, we've seen enough.
Yeah.
But happy for Bryce Yates. They got something with him down the middle fast. Also able to get Cole Gonzalez a touchdown pass. You don't know how much he's going to play this year.
Cole Gonzalez, senior out of Gainesville, Florida. 8 for 15. That's his biggest pass of the day. 87 yards and a touchdown now. And we'll see if Duquesne waves the white flag here, or if they will try to mount an attack here in the last minute and 12 seconds. Well, looking ahead for the Pitt Panthers, Central Michigan coming up, that game at West Virginia in a couple of weeks. Always exciting. I think it has renewed energy now because Rich Rod is back in Morgantown.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for him. Backyard brawl, and I'm bullish on this Pitt team, Clay. I think they have all the pieces for a run, maybe a dark horse, as we like to call them, in the ACC conference. That's, the conference itself is really, really good. But, man, if they stay healthy, if Eli Holstein continues the growth, if those linebackers continue to swarm and Randy Bates' defense, I'll tell you who I thought was excellent when we talked to him yesterday was offensive coordinator Cade Bell. Just really impressed with him. Future head coach in the making type guy. Really, really like his style of offense. NFL basis, but understanding how to attack. You know, I was talking to him pregame. He said, hey, I don't even really script plays in practice. I just go off of memory. I said, Coach, you don't script plays? He said it's better for the quarterback not knowing what's coming. And even in the game, he scripts 3 plays. That's it. Doesn't have a first 15. Just really impressive guy.
Coached under his dad, Kerwin, at Valdosta State, where they won a D2 national title. Then at Western Carolina, now having success with this Pittsburgh offense. Here in the Steel City, 460 yards of offense today, 61 points in all for the Pitt Panthers. Good special teams, 61-9, the final. Don't forget, coming up later tonight, Virginia and Coastal Carolina, SMU, East Texas A&M at 9 on the ACC Network. 61-9 for Chase Daniel and Marilyn Payne. I'm Clay Matvick. So long for Pittsburgh.